Hey guys, welcome back to booktuber trick or treat, aka booktober. As you know by now, I've got a whole lot of candy in here, and we're gonna pull one out and then we're gonna read it. That was an example. So that's our plan for today. We're gonna pick a book, we're gonna read a book. It's gonna be great. We'll probably do an activity, bake something. I'm not sure exactly what yet, but I do have not one, but two spooky coloring books. If you're familiar with Jan Agaton, she's become the coloring queen. She's really good, and so now I'm insecure that I can do anything decently. But I have markers. I have truly like some of the cutest little things. Maybe some like creepy cute, you know? So this is kind of what I was thinking for some activity. I don't know if that'll be today, but like I have these now, and I started testing out my marker skills. So those are my colors. I think I've got a ways of improvement to go. I'm good at flat lays. Shading's hard. But yeah, anyways, I have these now. So we might get some coloring done, as that is the cozy hobby of all readers at the moment this year. So, of course, I joined the bandwagon. But let's see if maybe we have an audiobook in this pool that will go good with coloring. Really mixing it up. Oh my god. I'm so excited. I don't have a physical copy, but I have the audiobook already. Like, I've been so excited for this one. I've been putting it off just in case this was gonna happen. This is so exciting. Okay, so City of Gods and Monsters. Thank you, Eliza. She loves the series. I think the 4th book just came out. I think there's gonna be 5 in total. But this is an urban romantasy series. I don't really know a whole lot about it. City of Gods and Monsters. I have it on my Kindle as well from Kindle Unlimited. Yeah, oh my god, I'm so freaking excited. I'm so happy I pulled this. This was like one of the few that I was like, please, 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 whatever we can do for me, I just want this. This is the one that I really wanted. Yay! I'm so freaking ecstatic. This is coming in at 26 hours. She's a chunker. She's a chunky one. 25 hours, 36 minutes, 58 seconds to be exact. And again, I have the ebook, so hopefully it won't take me too terribly long. But I do want to read along for the most part, just because I want to make sure I'm grasping everything. I'm pretty like hit or miss when it comes to urban fantasies, so I want to make sure that I'm like locked in, you know, but Eliza loves it so much, so I'm really excited to love it as well, and then we can chat about it and it'll be great. So wonderful for me. Fantastic. Oh my god. Yay! Without further ado, I don't know if I'll be coloring in this video. If I do, it won't be like while listening to this book, unless like I feel like I can step away. We'll see. We'll wait and see. We'll figure it out together. I'll see you guys there. But oh my god, I'm so freaking happy. Good morning. I slept with my hair wet, and I'm not sure if the crazy is my day, but I'm about to head off to work, and I wanted to update because I am now 12% into City of Gods and Monsters, and I've already talked to Eliza. I have a feeling I'll be chatting with her. Most of the time I keep these videos pretty secret. I don't want people to know like what it is I'm exactly reading. There are those few friends that I'm like, we have to talk about it. So I asked her, I said, is it okay that I am so annoyed with the main character and I think that they're kind of cringe? And she said, it's fine if I don't like the book, but I don't think I'll hate it. I think the premise is good. I think the female narrator is awful. So in this we are following Loren, and she has these two best friends slash like kind of sisters, Serena and Dallas. And I always think it's very interesting seeing other characters with better names than your main character, but that's just me, sorry to the Lobrens. But she watches her friend Serena literally get kidnapped off the street. They were looking for her instead, and she's like, no, please take me. But then the cops show up and they take her friend instead. So now she's like, my friend is missing. This is the most important thing. Like, I have to find her. Barely. Not really like a hunt until later. The other perspective that we're getting is from a Darren Castle. He is one of the 7 demon things. I'm not entirely sure what's going on in the world yet. I'm still figuring it out. But basically there's like 7 gangs, and each gang has like their head leader, and he is one of those men. And so he's like super demon, special hearing powers, can see aura and stuff, and he gets paid to track Lauren and find her and like turn her in basically. But then he's like, that's a human, what the hell, that's not something that I do. Usually it's like bad people because he has to be morally good. And so he kind of like takes her in like a puppy. He's like, I guess you'll stay with me and I'll just like protect you. But she's in school at this like academy thing with her sister Dallas, and she works at a little store in the city where a bunch of people are constantly trying to kill her or something. And so that's kind of like what has happened. It's very like slow moving plot. The voice for Lauren is so fucking annoying. She just sounds like a child, and she's like meant to be like this innocent human who's done no wrong, but like obviously there's gonna be something bigger to her character. She's not probably just a human, she's something else. But then on campus there was like, they alluded to like this empty abandoned building that's like protected and like a force field around that you can't get into, and that was said to be like the secret society for like the Phoenix heads. And now all the people after her have like a Phoenix tattoo, and she's like, I'm putting puzzle pieces together, and I'm like, yeah, they're pretty obvious. So she's just like a little bit dumb, and I don't know if I love the like sweet and innocent pure virgin type of main character. I like Darren so far, I guess. He's got a nice narrator, so I don't hate his perspective. This book is so long. It's like 700 plus pages, and I just simply don't understand why this book needs to be this long. And it's something that I really despise about self-published romantasy books. I'm like, guys, you could cut stuff down. You can make things a lot more fast-paced. I just wish that like things were happening a little bit more. I also am annoyed with like just like the small things. Like, this is an urban fantasy. It feels very like modern, real world, even though it's like a secondary world. Like, it's not actually set in our universe, but it feels similar, the way that like the cities are set up and the way that they talk about things. But instead of just using the word money, they change it to money. Why not just call it money? Like, why is that the word you choose to change for your fantasy? That's my update. That's where we're at. I'm going to try and make a really significant dent in this today. I think this is one of those books that I just need to like sit with for hours on end and just jump into and dive in, and hopefully like I start to like really love it just because I'm so in it, you know? That's kind of my plan, but I have to work today, so I might hold off for a little bit, but I'm checking with you guys when I have more to say, I suppose. But yeah, so far it's like okay, which is really unfortunate because I really was hoping this is gonna be like a new favorite series. I've heard that the next books get better than the first, so I'm gonna stick it out either way. But yeah, that's where we're at. That's what's going on so far. We are super crooked because I'm angling you guys on my water bottle. This will be good. I wanted to chat because I actually made a pretty significant dent into the City of Gods and Monsters. And 75% in, I really have so much to say, so many thoughts. I think I'm gonna try and break this up a little bit so we're not just like talking for 10 minutes straight about how I feel, because I have such a nice friend who recommends books and has already read them and loves them. She loves the series. I have been sending her a lot of my thoughts along the way, more specifically about the couple than anything else, but I have had a very love-hate relationship with this entire book of like liking some parts and then like detesting others. Let's start off with this being over 700 pages. 75% in, it does not need to be this long. It could have really benefited from being cut down because so much of our time spent is either with the romance, with the mystery plot, or meandering and doing nothing, but also having insane time jumps. Like, we are jumping from, we're basically skipping all of the weeks. We're just doing the weekends because that's when the couple is together, which is fine. I actually appreciate it because I've grown to love the romance. I do really like Loren and Darian together. I think it's Darian. I don't remember. I like them together as a couple. I think that they're very cute. They have a lot of like just tender moments. Like, for the most part, it's been a pretty healthy relationship. We are at their first breakup. I don't know how many in the series we're gonna get, but we have met our first battle of a breakup because we're unable to communicate because we're feeling emotions, which is like, sure, whatever. I do think that they're cute. I really like how Loren is going through so much because her best friend is missing and that needs to be solved, and like she's the target, so you know there's that coming together, but she's kind of going through it and emotionally just like in turmoil, and he's like comforting her, he's there for her, giving her like peace but also space, like giving her a place to be and having protection, while also like sometimes treating her like a child. Like, I will say he calls her a little girl a couple of times and I'm like, hey, no, don't do that. But besides that part, I do like how he treats her. I think that he's a total simp. You get like 30% in. He is simping. He's like, is this what a crush feels like? Oh my God, what do I do? But he's also like, I'm bad and I have issues, so I can't be with her. And she's like missing her friend, which I will say that the mystery is kind of lackluster because her friends are such an afterthought to her. Like, we have so many like crying episodes of Lauren just like sobbing on a bench because she's like, I miss my friend Sabine so much. I miss her. And it's not fair that she's been taken when I'm the one that they want. And she like wants to turn herself in, but of course she never will. And then we don't talk about this for a very long time. Like, it's just like ignored again. And it's just like the fleeting emotions that everybody has and the motivations that just are not strong enough. Like, I understand their motivations, but they're not acting with their motivations, if that makes sense. Like, they're not doing things to pursue the bigger goal. They're kind of just dicking around and hoping for the best, which like is fine, but why? And the only other thing, like in terms of the couple, is that they are cringe. This book is really cringy. I have not read Crescent City, but I can see so many similarities from the information that I do know about it. And I don't love the sexual parts of this. I'm not a big fan of the way that they talk to each other in a sexual manner. I don't like when things get sexual. It's not working for me so far. They haven't necessarily gone to Pound Town, so who knows? I might change my mind now that I've come to enjoy them a little bit more, but they do cringe me out a little bit, and I'm just like, I don't know about that. But again, they're cute. I really like that she's having a bad day and she's like, do you want to watch a chick flick with me? And he's like, absolutely, I would love nothing more. And they just have like a lot of sweet moments. I just wish that there was more to the book, you know, just more oomph to everything, because it's lackluster in the mystery and the plot because we're just doing nothing and it feels like a waste of time often. But I am liking it, which is hilarious because I have all these complaints, but because it's so long and I've been sitting with it for so long, you do lock in and you just like pick out the good parts that you're really enjoying. I like the side characters, but they kind of feel like nothing right now. Like, they're all kind of props. Nobody has super great character depth. Loren is the worst female main character I have maybe read in a really long time. She is stupid. She is just absolutely obtuse, like does not understand anything going on around her, does not understand how to pick up context clues whatsoever. Like, there's a moment when Darian like tells her the passcode to his phone and is like talking about how he needs a way to get in contact with her, and then says, this is the passcode to my phone. And she's like, why are you telling me that? And it's like, babes, he wants you to put your number in his phone. Why is that so hard for you? Like, it's just, there's so many moments like that where I'm like, you are stupid. No wonder you need somebody to protect you, because you would die. Like, you would trip down a flight of stairs and crack your head open. Like, she's so stupid. And it really bothers me. I stopped physically reading long, 150 pages in, and I just started listening to the audiobook exclusively. And I have found her a little bit less annoying. I love the urban fantasy of it. I love seeing all these mystical characters, but it's just like, why do we make her sound like that? I don't like it. I'm not a fan. So those are like most of my thoughts. I'm gonna simmer a little bit more and maybe check in and give you more 75% thoughts if I have things to say, because I didn't really talk about the plot a whole lot. That's kind of where I'm at, especially with like these characters and how I'm feeling towards them. But it's a lot, but I'm having a good time. Like, I am enjoying my read. I'm excited to continue in the series. So far so fine. But it's probably like, depending on how it ends, it could get bumped up to a 4, but it's closer to a 3 right now. That's kind of where we're at this point. So Eliza didn't warn me that this book was going to make me cry. I got 79% in last night. I have like less than 200 pages. But I was like, I'm gonna read a little bit more in the evening while I'm off to bed, like, you know, wind down, have like a nice time, like wait for this couple to get back together. Tell me why I was sobbing in bed last night for so long. I was not prepared for Singer, the dog, to die. Should have been. Why would you introduce the dog if not otherwise? But there's like a nice resolution. So although it's emotional because the dog dies, it does become okay again. But I was just not emotionally ready for this dog to die. I have no strong attachments to Loren. I don't have really strong attachments to Singer either, which is the dog. But man, I was not prepared for him to die and how sad it was. Like, she's just like singing a lullaby, holding his like body bleeding. And I'm like sitting here crying. It was very hard for me to stomach, very emotional. I think it didn't help that I recently had a scare with my own dog, who is truly like my best friend, my whole world. And so I think it was just like a little bit close to home for a second where I was like, and then of course my sweet boy, I'm crying in bed reading this book. He comes and lays down with me and I'm like, thank you. I love you so much. Oh my God. I wasn't ready for that, Eliza, but I am having a good time still. I figured that I would talk a little bit more about like 75% like the plot, because basically her friend goes missing. We find her friend, but there's this like bigger mystery plot, which the way that we come to find out information is fine. I actually kind of enjoyed there was, because the dog died, that made Loren go to this like wishing well basically and like have a conversation with like an almost godlike figure to see what could be done. And I really enjoyed that. And I like the way that we like learned the truth of things from it. But I kind of wish that like after that happened, there was like a conversation between her and Darian being like, hey, so your identity? Because now they both know from separate informations. I'm ready for us to come together and like have these conversations. I just feel like the way that we pace things, the way that we prioritize things is a little bit strange at times. And I'm like, why are we not linking up to talk about mystery things? I am intrigued to see like where the, like what the bigger mystery is going to be. Like, I understand that because of the truth, I'm trying not to spoil anything, because of the truth, we are trying to find how to like get this artifact of some sort. And so that's kind of like think of Zootopia. You have the bad guys who are getting the nightshade, and the good guys are like trying to figure out the mystery of like what that thing is and like how it's being used and like what people want it for. That's kind of similar to what's happening. So we know that there's like an artifact of some sort that they want, and they need her to access it, and she doesn't know anything about it. So that's kind of like the big plot. I am happy that we're getting a bit more plot focus. It is obviously like romance first. Like, you are getting romance highs, lows. I'm missing the sweet tender moments, but luckily like I'm reading another book that's kind of giving those moments to me, so like it makes up for the difference. But I am liking this, and I'm happy that it's getting better as we go on. But it is also one of those things where I'm like, it's so long that I'm also ready for it to end. But I'm hoping that there's gonna be like an explosive ending. I'm hoping like this ending goes, holy cow, bonanzas, like wow, whoa, you know, that's kind of the reaction that I'm really hoping to get out of this. So that is where I'm at, 79%. I'm going to be finishing this evening. Yeah, so that's kind of my plan. I'm gonna finish City of Gods and Monsters this evening. I'll check in with you guys when I have like more to say on it, but that's kind of where we're at. I gotta go do my Duolingo. Hi. This morning I finished reading The City of Gods and Monsters, which it's convenient. It has every single possible villain monologue that you can ever expect. The ending happens so quick, yet it takes so long to end the book. We finally get the loss of a virginity, the pure girl sex scenes of just going at it one after another because she can just, you know, keep up with his demon stamina. I was kind of over it by the end. I was having like a pretty solid time with most of it. I was interested in the plot enough, but honestly, so much of it was convenient. So much of it was like, I want to have these characters exist in a world. How can I do that? Oh, I know. I'll just like throw in a loose plot. And I prefer a little bit more plot than that. But I think the characters were fine. I had no like true issue with any of the characters necessarily. I just kind of was wanting more out of this more often than not. And I know Eliza loves this, and so I'm not trying to be too harsh, but the ending truly felt like a Breaking Dawn, Twilight-styled ending that I was like, what was the point of any of this, truly? Like, I just, the way that we got answers just felt so convenient and unnecessary, and it just, like, really was lackluster in the mystery. I read the acknowledgments, and the author was saying, like, how she's been thinking of these characters since high school. She was 18 when she started thinking about the world, but like wasn't writing it, wasn't visiting it. And you can kind of feel that because I don't really know them at all. Like I couldn't tell you much about their characters. Like they maybe have one trait assigned to each of them and that's kind of it. But I think she knows this world and she knows the characters really well. So she feels like it's really fleshed out and makes a lot of sense. And I just don't agree with it, unfortunately. There was just a lot of things lacking. But when I'm reading it, when I'm in it, I didn't have like a terrible time. The narrator, again, was awful, which makes me nervous because I do want to continue with the series because I've heard that they get better. But the narrator was really bad. And so I'm nervous about like spending more time with the narrator and not enjoying my time as much as I maybe could otherwise. But Loren's still pretty annoying. So I don't know. I'm walking away with this being a 3-star, which is unfortunate. I really thought that I was going to eat it up, love it, and it was going to be like the best book ever. I will continue with the series and see if the series gets better for me. I am not surprised this didn't work for me because I'm pretty like hit or miss when it comes to urban fantasies. Like they have to be done pretty specific ways for me to enjoy them. And this one started pretty strong, but just she's too obtuse. I just need a bit stronger of a main character to follow. I need more priorities to be like correct, and I just need more strong motivations that like make sense to the character and is like actually an objective that they're working towards. Like Sabine goes missing and that's such like a low-hanging fruit to worry about. And so I wish that the priorities were a bit better. So with all that said, I've finished Cities of Gods and Monsters. So woo! Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. If you made it to the end of this video, I don't have an emoji for you. So thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Oh my goodness, for another day. Bye.